and welcome to This Week in Wrestling. I'm Jennifer from Cultaholic, and joining me today is Sam and Jack. Hello, gents.
Hello.
How are we?
Good.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, not
Good.
bad.
Good. I'm so glad to have you back, safe and well from Japan.
Just about.
Just about, yeah.
Just about.
It was a close one.
Yes, if you've not watched that, you should go and see all their
Thank you.
japes and travels.
Thank you very much.
Like,
It was alright.
It was like great fun.
Got a bruise on my chest in the shape of a palm. So,
Still.
No, it's fading.
Aw,
It's fading.
But it's there for life.
Yeah. He chopped my soul. Yeah.
I love it. Well, let's go. It's January the 21st. And oh my goodness, this week in general, obviously it's Royal Rumble season, but this week is Rumble week, pretty much. Yeah. So let's just crack on with the 21st. We have 3 Royal Rumbles to get through. And we'll start with a 1990, which was the 3rd Royal Rumble. And this was won by Hulk Hogan. And yeah, he would eliminate Mr. Perfect to win. Interesting, like you did these notes, yeah?
Yeah.
And it was actually interesting to note because I was like, this was the first Rumble to be won by like a proper big star.
It was the 3rd official Royal Rumble. But the first 2 were won by Hacksaw and Big John Studd. So yeah, it was the first one where there was all like a big stacked field and it was won by...
Yeah.
Well, he was the champion at the time as well because it was before it was for a title shot. Yeah.
So it was like, no, it's interesting to note because now we do always like, I mean, you kind of do think like it's always won by like quite big folk. I do always think anyway. So it's interesting to see that it kind of pushed like smaller names beforehand. But yeah, so it was probably most remembered like the Hogan Warrior stare down for obviously setting up WrestleMania 6.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, to be honest, I've not watched it, but like in a long time. Like,
last year I did was doing a lot of research for the video where we ranked every Rumble and stuff. And I had to take more general opinion into account as well, and everyone else in the office kind of pitched in. But I enjoyed this one more than the legendary 92 Rumble. I thought it was class. I thought it was the first proper good Rumble as well. I think it's a Piper or someone. Someone's in it just electrifying everyone. Maybe it's Jay the Snake. But I just remember watching and thinking, this is really, really good. You could argue that maybe Mr. Perfect should have won. He could have done with the win more than Hulk Hogan.
Everybody's boy Hulk Hogan won them.
Well, yeah, you know. And Hulkamania was still very much alive at this point. So
it's probably still... It wasn't quite on life support, but it wasn't running wild.
Well, he was about to pass the torch to Warrior, in theory, but we all knew how
begrudgingly hand him it.
But no, I think it was a very, very good Rumble. Worth a watch if you've not seen it.
This obviously did main event that pay-per-view as well. Because I like it when a Rumble main events
it's proper.
A Rumble.
Yeah, it's
like,
proper.
It just makes me feel a wee bit more involved in the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you name the show Royal Rumble, it should always main event.
Right, thanks. I always think that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am a fan of a casket match. And they have main evented Rumble pay-per-views twice.
You a big fan of a casket match?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Gimmicks.
You love Halloween and all that? Right, okay, yeah, fair enough, yeah.
Plus anything with that gimmick, like, big fan of gimmick matches. So, that was the 1990 Royal Rumble. Moving on to the 1996 Rumble, which was the 9th Rumble. And this was interesting. I said that segue. This was the first Rumble that was not a non-main event.
Oh, right.
So there you go. Oh, look at that. That was lovely. And this was Shawn Michaels would win, and it would be his consecutive win. So he'd won the year before.
But he won the first one as a heel, and this was his big babyface win.
Was it the year before where it was super, super fast Rumble?
Yeah, I was not a fan of that one.
It was like half an hour or something like that.
A significant one because he was the first one to win from number 1, but it only lasted like 35 minutes, 40 minutes, so he was the second person then to have a consecutive like back-to-back win as well, because Hogan had done it in 90 and 91. And then HBK would go on to win this when he would eliminate Diesel. And this is quite interesting. Like, it was the first Rumble to have everyone's entrance music, which I think is like a total pivotal thing. Yeah.
Like, you need it because you get that pure instant, like, oh my goodness. Like,
could you imagine like 15 rolls round and out just walks Undertaker to silence? Like,
horrific concept.
And they used to like. I like when they take their time a bit, or at least the bigger guys, because back in the day they used to just pelt down, and it's like, well, you're a big star, like, and the music really helps that. So
Totally. Totally. Plus, it's that way, especially when you get like a surprise entrant and you hear their and you're like, oh my gosh! Like, I mean, I'll still always remember when AJ debuted and like that pop.
Well, we just got a big close up of Roman Reigns while everybody cheered.
But in a way,
the fans finally cheered Roman Reigns.
You're like, what?
But I kind of liked it because if you go back and watch like our reaction to it and it was one of those things that people make compilations of everyone's reactions to it, and you see people go like, you hear the roar, but the camera's on Roman, and everyone's like, well, who is it then?
I
Like,
know.
what's going on?
That was awesome. So yeah, that was in 1996. 2001, the 14th.
Oh, the best one.
Yeah.
I think it's the best one.
I do enjoy this Royal Rumble.
Really good.
No, it is good. So yeah, this was won by Austin. Who last eliminated Kane to set up the WrestleMania X7, 17, whatever you want to call it, with The Rock. Also, the first Rumble to include a celebrity, with Drew Carey coming in at number 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was this the
Terrible idea.
Rumble with Maven eliminating Undertaker?
No, that was a little
that
bit later on.
A little bit later
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
because that's one of my favourite Rumble moments is when Maven drop kicks the Undertaker out. And then Undertaker just sort of stands there going like, did that just happen?
Like,
And then he just drags Maven out the ring and beats him around the arena. And it's
It wasn't that one. It was the one where Drew Carey tried to pay off Kane.
Yes.
He got in his wallet and he was like, come on. And
he's
Kane's
wearing like a
'Cause,
gaudy tracksuit, right?
like the whole chat of that, like, I'm trying to remember. So what was it? Like Drew Carey was like backstage, and then he was like, was he like firing into Trish or something? And that's why Vince put him in it. Is that why?
Vince was like, no, you could get in the Rumble and that. And it was, I think, meant to be Tiger Ali Singh. He was meant to be in it first. Yeah. but he
I can't.
didn't.
Honestly, I was like trying to remember why he was actually there.
It was
but
like a punishment.
yeah, I'm sure it was like.
But
he was,
because
like,
he's
trying to
thick,
fight in.
he was like, oh, this would be great. And it wasn't.
'Cause was
great.
he-
No, because he went in and he was like, oh, he
Yeah,
just
yeah,
stood
'cause
back
then-
and he was like,
Because
this is
then
great, man.
Kane's music hits, doesn't it? And
Yeah,
then he
and
sort
he-
of stood there terrified, yeah.
And he goes to shake his, or tries to shake his hands and stuff, and then pay him off. And
Yeah.
but yeah, this was Austin would come in at the Lucky Rumble 27 to win, and this was when he became the 3-time winner and the only person to ever win 3 Royal Rumbles. So that's super exciting. Oh, and Kane would set the record for the most eliminations at the time.
He finished second.
Yeah, with 11. So yeah, this was a great Royal Rumble.
The best one, I think.
Moving on to January the 22nd, we have 2 Royal Rumbles now. We'll go to the 7th, which was 1994. And this was a co-win, shall we say?
Yes.
With Bret Hart and Lex Luger, who would eliminate themselves over the and hit the floor simultaneously.
It's a weird one.
Yeah, it's a weird one. And then when it happened subsequently in wrestling history, Vince got very angry about it. Didn't he?
It's so good.
Blew out his quads. But no, it was supposed to be a test to see who the fans would want more, wasn't it?
Well, because this led up to Mania, where they both had matches. Am I right in thinking that? But
So they had to flip a coin to see who would get the
who
first
got the
title
first
shot. Lex Luger won it and lost by DQ, or like won, but it was one of those weird finishes.
Yeah.
So then Bret had to have a match as well because the champion would have had 2 matches by the time Bret faced him.
Yeah.
He had to have 2 matches to make that even.
Right.
So he had the opening match against Owen Hart, and it's considered by a lot of people to be the best Mania opening match ever.
100%.
And then Bret went on to beat Yokozuna in the final, or in the main event, and sort of righted the wrongs of the year before.
Yes. With War Big Boy Hulk coming back, but having dropped a lot of weight.
Yes,
Yeah.
suspiciously. Just after the steroid
Just
scandal
after
as well.
that scandal there.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was a very notable Rumble for that. Also, yeah, it's interesting. Like Diesel was totally the man of this match. Wasn't he? He was your MVP, really. Eliminated 7 opponents, and yeah, this started like a big push for Diesel though. Didn't it? Because then he would go on and he would tag with Shawn Michaels. Because then he had that kind of thing where he helped Shawn.
He was the enforcer, the protector.
Yeah,
They were
and
the 2 dudes with attitudes, which is just such a good name.
so good. So yeah, that was 1994. 1995 we will go to, and this was won by your Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
And this is what we were talking about before.
Yeah, this was the super short
38
minutes it was.
I don't like this Rumble. it's just not. It's really underwhelming to watch. You look at it, you think, oh, Shawn Michaels won from number 1. Andy last eliminates Bulldog, who was number 2, and you think, oh, this is great. And you watch it, and lads are just rattling out. Like the gaps between entrants is really, really short.
It's like they forgot they had to have a Rumble match at the end of the show.
And it was just a bit
They were
rushed.
just like,
and
go on, get out there.
Get out, get it done.
Yeah, it's a shame, and especially as well when you think like this is the 8th one, so obviously like the Rumble's got like a total momentum, and like, you know what I mean, like there's been amazing Rumble matches before this, so you wonder why they did such a rush job.
I think it was just to make sure it was gonna. Maybe it was to see if it was, you know, people would respond better to a quicker Rumble match. Maybe they were getting a bit tired of the big drawn out long affair of the match.
Heck no. It's the
and
best
then
part.
It would have been easier on Shawn as well for him to go 38 minutes and win.
Yeah, I suppose like more credible for a number 1
Yeah.
like entrant.
Extra pressure on the guys as well, because guess who was ringside watching? It was only Pamela Anderson.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah,
looking so out of her element. Like, are you a big Pamela Anderson fan?
Love
How
her.
do I know? I
She's
just sort
my
of guessed that,
dream. She's my dream woman.
Right,
You should know this, but if you say anything, Jen likes it.
Yeah.
No, but we've been working together for so long now. You know.
She was ringside looking quite confused at what was going on. She was a
Yes.
bit like, yeah, all right.
She was looking for the door a lot of the time.
Yeah. But then, in winning, Shawn got the right to enter with her at WrestleMania.
Yep.
But
it was a match over a woman.
But because,
exactly. To win, Pamela.
but it didn't end up happening because Kevin Nash is just so bloody sexy.
Big Daddy Cool.
Yeah, she was like.
Because then
I'm
he would
gonna
come
go
out
with
with
this.
Jenny McCarthy or someone.
He came out with both. No, Shawn came out
Shawn
with
came out with
Jenny
Jenny
McCarthy.
McCarthy.
She was like second. She was
I
like,
know.
oh, I'll just take you
How
inside.
shameful though. She must have just been like, right, cool, number 2.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like
But then they
such a
both walked out with Kev because he won.
Yeah.
Michaels didn't end up winning this match. So
No.
yeah.
So, but yeah, that was 1998. Like we say, number 1 entrant winning the first time it happened, and it was only happened one more time with Benoit
Yes,
in
so far.
2014. So far, who knows?
2004, not 2014.
What did I say? 2014? No, because he was not
Yeah.
with us.
Yes.
Anyways, yeah. So, and Diesel was your champ. Moving on to January the 23rd, and we'll go to 1984. And this was a huge moment in wrestling because technically it's the beginning of Hulkamania
It's the
as
thing
we
that
know it.
punched wrestling into the stratosphere.
Yeah, so this
Yeah.
would be Hulk Hogan defeating the original Sheik.
The Iron Sheik.
Sorry,
No,
Iron
it was the
Sheik,
Iron
sorry,
Sheik.
sorry,
No,
Iron
it was
Sheik.
the Iron one. The one we
and
all love.
The one in 1984. Yeah, so this was wrestling like a big turning point for it to be like the big character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wrestling as opposed to like just the kind of strong guys and the actual kind of like more legit almost. Not legit, like maybe I've
yeah,
worded
it
that
was-
wrong, but do you know what I mean? Like more athlete,
Amateur,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
that's it. Like
Yeah.
kind of like more skill set behind it. This
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
and that was the whole point as well, wasn't it? Because so Sheik had got the belt from Backlund,
But it was.
but he refused, or the rumor was that he refused to drop it to Hogan.
Because Hogan
Yes,
wasn't an
Hogan
amateur
he's
wrestler.
not-
didn't have
yeah.
amateur
Yeah,
wrestling
he wasn't a
background.
shooter.
Because what did he do?
Interestingly enough, though-
Football? No, but baseball.
Yeah, he's a baseball player.
Baseball,
And
that
the
was it.
bassist in Metallica. If you believe Hulk
I
Hogan.
love that. Like every single time they're being asked, it's like, no, we don't know where this rumor started. It started with Big Bad Terry Bollea.
Yeah.
But it was funny because it was, I won't drop it to somebody that can't wrestle, but this launched the new era, which was, well, not even the new era, sorry, because the new era was the 90s when it was
Yeah.
smaller guys. This launched the comic book, you know,
The golden
Superhero
muscles on
kind
Yeah.
muscles on muscles on oil on muscles on face paint era.
Yeah.
Like the
Let's start tanning and
basically, yeah. So it's quite funny that begins with I'm not going to drop it to somebody that can't really wrestle.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, totally. But it brought us Hulkamania.
Yes.
The next year was WrestleMania
And-
1. So
Yeah, as controversial as Hulk Hogan is now as a figure, like without Hulkamania, we wouldn't be anywhere near the size of an industry.
no.
We do
Yeah.
owe it.
And then Cyndi Lauper is the biggest one that we owe. Follow it up to Mania 1.
Because
basically.
girls just want to have fun. It's a tune.
It is a tune.
That's why.
It's a tune.
Great
She was
song.
a massive fan of Captain Lou Albano.
Yeah.
And that was it, the start of rock and wrestling.
Apparently they met on the set of Girls Just Want to Have
It
Fun.
was on a plane.
Oh, and then it led
And
to
then-
him
and
being
then
As
she
he was in the
asked him-
video.
He's
yeah,
a dad,
She
yeah.
asked
in the
him to
video.
be in the video because she was such a big fan of his.
Mm.
And then that was
That's
it.
why, yeah.
That's
That was
awesome,
the birth
though,
of
do
the
you not
MTV
think?
connection, and that's what got wrestling to be huge.
Take it.
Mm.
Man, it's Good times, good times. Moving on to the 23rd, and we'll go to 2000, and it's the Royal Rumble, which was won by The Rock.
I have issues with this Rumble.
Why?
Because Big Show should have won.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
Because if you watch the footage back,
Oh, they both. Okay.
no, he goes to throw Rock out. Rock holds onto the top rope because he's so tall. His feet hit the floor, or like maybe not the top rope, but as he's falling, he does that.
So what, does he actually properly
Big Show
touch the
tumbles
floor?
over, but he touches the floor first. Yeah,
Does he?
Big Show should have won.
But no, the WWE tells us that The Rock won and that Stephanie McMahon invented women.
Yeah.
Like, history only exists as far as their books tell you.
It's
Fact.
Hulk Hogan won World War II for everybody.
yeah, but it's like
I seem to have skipped that page in my history book.
it led to a storyline where Big Show, the heel, was going, no, like I've got video footage. The Rock's feet hit first, and the Rock's
Yeah.
going, yeah, well, I'm the Brahma Bull, and everyone's like, yeah, you are. And I'm like, no, Big
Excuse
Show's getting
me.
screwed.
I was one of those people
Well, yeah.
that, just loving life. This is interesting though. This pay-per-view in the UK aired on Channel 4.
Oh.
Yes,
Which
this
I think
was
the-
when
Oh, no.
Channel
terrestrial-
4 after like the first 15 minutes, Channel 4 were like, what the hell
Exactly,
is this?
It was-
purely because of the Miss Rumble 2000.
It got wrestling done in, didn't it?
And the Triple H Mick Foley street fight.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
he was like pedigreeing him face first on the
That's-
thumbtacks, and everyone on Channel 4 was like,
That was the
what?
death of wrestling on free TV in the
This
UK.
isn't Big
Yeah.
Daddy and giant hairstyles.
And me young getting her bibs
I just thought,
out.
isn't Channel 4 the most progressive channel of that era?
Absolutely.
Like, they will do
Absolutely.
anything to make a quick buck, sort of like Channel 5 these days. And yeah, they couldn't deal with it.
It was just, oh man, I loved this Royal Rumble. I really do.
This
There
was the
just
channel
so
that
much.
showed Euro trash.
Gosh, that was my I remember Euro.
I remember the naughty lads
I,
at school were allowed to watch that, but I wasn't.
I had a TV in my room at the time because we had an old TV that my parents couldn't get rid of, so they
Yeah.
just papped it in my room, and I would sit and watch Eurotrash, and I feel as if I learned far too much at a young age, far too much. But yeah, no, I love this Rumble, and then it would also lead up to one of my favourites. Don't judge me, right? Because I know everyone will. But it led up to that Mania when there would be a McMahon in every corner.
My favourite ever wrestling picture comes from that match, or one of my favourite ever, and it's when Triple H is making his way to the ring with Stephanie behind him. They've both got their belts, and it's that long walkway.
Oh, yeah, that is a good
and
picture.
it's really enclosed in with the
Yeah.
fans all reaching out for them, and Stephanie's just staring at the ring, smirking, and Triple H just means business. And he's got the big old Attitude Eagle belt
Love
on. It looks
it.
amazing. It's one of my
He
favourite
is
ever
so
pictures.
good.
It
And
is a good
plus,
picture.
I think it was the perfect use of the McMahons as well.
Well,
Like having someone in every corner to fight for them, I thought it was
Well,
perfect.
Well,
There's-
it was originally going to be Mick Foley wrestling in this one.
I don't know, because he was, I think, the last person added. So Big Show
Yeah.
got added because he had a legit claim
Yeah.
to it, because he won the
Yeah.
Royal Rumble. The Rock was in it because he won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Triple H was champion.
Champion.
And then Foley, as our friend Finley Martin told us, lied to the fans and said he was going to retire. Do you hear Matthew's story about this?
No.
Do you remember Finley from
I
Manchester
know,
and that?
yeah,
Big
he's an
Finley, yeah.
absolute
Lovely
angel.
lad.
I love him.
I talked to him for a long time when I was drunk. Can't remember what we talked about, but
Such a
I remember
good guy.
looking across going, don't say anything bad.
I don't think I did. I think we had a nice...
No, because you know
He
what?
was
We were
such a
on
nice
top
man.
form
Yeah.
that
Me and
whole
you?
weekend. Mhm.
Christ.
I remember
We
looking
were on
across.
top
I just remember
form.
We
looking
were
across,
drunk.
and it was like Jen's talking to Meltzer, and I was like,
No, I don't know why everyone was freaking out.
30
Me and
seconds
Dave
later,
were like-
we're all set for tomorrow, and I was like, oh god, thank God.
Just me and Jen making moves with the big industry lads. That's all right.
Honestly, that's it. A few Jaeger bombs and me and Jack are like proper networking.
Shout out to Andy as well.
Yes, I saw Andy last night.
You didn't.
Andy
You
came
saw
up for
Big
IC.
Andy.
Yeah, Andy came up for
Oh.
ICW. Bless his
How's he
wee
doing?
heart.
He's
He's
alright?
doing so well. In fact, he actually told me to say hi to you all. So
Oh,
So
Big
hey, Andy.
Andy.
Hey,
Yes.
Andy.
Yeah, so WrestleMania 2000 was...
Oh yeah,
was
yeah,
good.
yeah. So that was great fun.
No, but Finley Martin, according to Matthew, because Finley Martin always used to write in Power Slam, apparently he always used to make a big deal about the fact that Mick Foley had lied to the fans because we had that retirement match and he
Yeah.
lost to Triple H.
Yeah.
And then he came back anyway. Linda brought him back for the main event, but
Thanks,
he
Linda.
lied. He
Thanks,
lied to the
Linda.
fans.
Well,
Bloody liar.
no.
Okay.
Great.
Oh,
It's your
this was
pal.
also the Rumble with the Too Cool Dance Off.
Yeah, so it was.
Yes.
How could we forget?
Oh.
Like that's a childhood moment. Like
Yep.
and
Yeah.
like just perfect. This is a great Rumble. Like it. Like it.
It's all right.
I just love Rikishi just stopping
I
and
know.
dumping them both out. Oh.
So So good. So good. And also like China and Jericho were the co-intercontinental champs as well at the time. Like that was just the best time. Oh, I'm gonna go watch this one. I love it. Okay, we'll move on though. And we'll go to the 24th of January, and it's another 3 Rumbles on this day. And we'll go to 1988, the first ever Royal Rumble event.
Yes.
No pay-per-view, just on the network, the USA Network. And that would see I saw Jim Duggan become your first winner. But yeah, no, interesting, the main segment on this show, because it wasn't even the main event, I don't think, as well, the main match. It was just kind of like mid-card.
I think the main match was a tag team match.
I actually think you're
the
right.
Islanders, but I can't remember the name.
But yeah, no, the main segment was a contract signing between Hogan and Andre the Giant for WrestleMania 3 rematch. Yeah, so that would take place on main event, Saturday night main event. So yeah, it just kind of shows like it wasn't like... Even though it was
just
like,
a big battle royal. Yeah.
No, it wasn't like seen as like a big thing. But I love the fact that they've obviously saw it and went, yeah, let's make this a pay-per-view.
When I watched this, the main thing that stuck with me was the commentary ruining the finish.
Oh, really?
I can't remember who the colour guy is. It's probably Jesse Ventura or Bobby Heenan.
Mm-hmm.
But Vince is the main play-by-play guy. And they're like, how can Duggan eliminate one-man gang? How can he possibly do it? He's so big. How's he going to get him out? And Vince just goes, well, maybe he could charge at him and he pulls the rope down and then he flies on the... And then that is the finish. And I was like, yeah. It's like, what did I tell you? And it's like, well, you've ruined it, Vince.
I'm going to call it the low bridge.
Yeah.
See, you see that as ruining it. I would see that as insightful.
Okay.
Everything has a positive.
It just happens, and he sat there reading his own notes that he's written.
Yeah.
I love it. But we'll go on and we'll go to the next one, the second one on this day, which was 1993, the 5th Royal Rumble, won by Yokozuna after he would eliminate Randy Savage. This was funny because Savage would forget how to win a Rumble, and he would go for a pin. Is that right?
Yeah, he goes for a pinfall.
Yeah, he goes for a pin, and it's really daft because you're like, there's been 5 of these now. Like, you should really know, pal.
Some Rumbles have featured pins, not with WWE, but some Rumbles in the wrestling world have featured pins and submission, but it just
as a win?
As a
like the Kurt Angle Invitational, mate.
Like the Kurt Angle Invitational Rumble. That featured pins and submissions.
Won by Joe Hendry.
It was, yeah.
Last eliminated EC3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big East.
I was watching that match with my head in my hands like, oh, God, because every time Joe went for like over the top
wrong,
rope,
don't
like,
go
yeah.
wrong, don't
and I was
go
like,
wrong.
well, we can't book EC3 versus Angle because they've only had like 50 matches before. And I was like, yeah.
But yeah, so that's Yokozuna would then eliminate him. And this is the first Rumble where your winner would get a Mania title shot.
It's traditional. Don't ever ask about it. It's tradition.
He made the most of it as well because he beat Bret Hart and then lost immediately to Hulk Hogan.
Yes, he was he 26 at the time?
Who?
Yokozuna.
Was he?
Yeah.
Wow.
Was he
I think he
actually?
was 26 years old, I think.
I forget he was like young.
Yeah, that's the thing, because he's obviously such a big guy, he just looked a lot older than he was.
Earthquake was way younger than he looked.
Yeah, like
hell was he?
peak Earthquake, he was like 25, 26 when
Yeah.
you think of
No,
it.
he
Yeah.
wasn't.
He was like 40 when
I'm
he
gonna
died.
find out.
Like he was in his early 40s when he died, I'm
You're
sure.
joking.
He always just looked
I was
like
going to say, I was
nearly
looking
50.
at he was like 40 odds.
Yeah.
Like, that's nuts.
Hang on.
I did
But
not know that.
he was like a major deal as a sumo wrestler in
Yeah,
Japan.
yeah,
so
yeah.
I think he just...
But even then, because he did have so much like legacy and history
But
in Japan.
when you see like him shaved down and stuff and all his sumo garb, he still looks about 35.
That's nuts, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, he died in 2006 when he was 42.
Yeah.
So in like sort of, at this time he would have been
Would have been in his 50s.
30. No, yeah, but at the time of this Rumble, he'd been
Yeah.
like in his early 30s. That's
That's
crazy.
nuts.
It's mental,
That
isn't it?
is nuts, actually. Wow. Oh, well. Well, we'll move on then to 1999. And
Oh, God, this Rumble. This bloody Rumble. They only went and repeated it sort of recently, didn't they, with the old
with the
Roman.
Well, a little bit. When he went out of rest.
Yeah, went and had a bit of a rest.
Well, basically, this Rumble won by Vince McMahon after he eliminated Austin.
Did you book this
After
Rumble?
having-
I wish, man. I would have. Like, me and Vince just so we agree on some things.
Although my favourite bit about this was, so basically, Austin chases Vince backstage and he gets attacked in a women's toilet.
Yep.
And he gets taken to the hospital and he drives himself back to the show. And I think I vaguely remember him fighting all the way around the arena or something.
They would,
Yeah, there was a whole big backstage thing. wasn't
Yeah,
there?
so it was him and Vince, and then that's it. He gets jumped in the women's toilet, and then he comes back. But yeah, Vince
has been sat on commentary.
Yeah, Vince has been sat at ringside, being protected all night.
I just saw a guy that gets on commentary and he's all arrogant. He's like, "I'm still in the Rumble" and all this.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I enjoy about this is if Austin had won, it would have been great. But it's the classic, like Backlash 2000. You know Austin's going to turn up. You just don't know when.
Yeah.
Austin comes back out in the.
It's Vince's face when he
Yeah,
hears the
yeah.
sirens and he sees the backstage camera,
good.
and he just sort of sits there not knowing what
See,
to do.
this is the best thing about
Yeah.
Vince, though. Like, he just sells that so much, and he's just like, he's
So
so
what have I got
good.
to do to get rid of him?
Exactly, he's so good.
He is good.
I mean,
He's just the neighbour, Mr. Wilson from Dennis the Menace, the US version of Dennis the Menace. He's just stuck with this little annoying
exactly
kid.
just like, how'd I get rid of you? It's just brilliant. Honestly, like,
Have you
Vince
seen
and
the
Austin.
gif of The Rock doing the rounds at the time of recording, by the way?
No.
The really 90s gif. It's like, this is the most 90s wrestling gif ever. And it's The Rock in the ring in double denim.
Yeah.
And he gets his pager out. And he's got a message from Austin who's behind him about to, like, hit him. And The Rock goes like... And then he like, turns around and Austin's there. Like, it's really good.
That's a pager. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this was I liked this pay-per-view. Notably, it was the first Rumble with a female entrant in China,
Yeah.
which was amazing. That was a huge deal. And also worth noting, this was the one the I Quit match with Mankind and The Rock, which was filmed for Beyond the Mat.
The unprotected chair shots.
Hard to watch.
Apparently Mick's wife was very angry backstage with him.
Because Noel was there.
Yeah.
In the crowd.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So was Dude.
But apparently
as well.
they'd only agreed to.
They were only little and they were
Yeah,
ringside.
yeah.
But they'd only agreed to a certain number, and I think The Rock got carried away, and that was it.
I imagine Foley would have told him to, though.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Oh no,
yeah,
he would
yeah.
have. I think he's savvy enough to do that.
But it was in one of Foley's books. I think it's alluded to that he didn't get along with The Rock for a very long time.
Oh.
I think it was at the time, whatever book it was sort of after this, he would talk in veiled sort of terms about people he doesn't get along with, and it was strongly sort of suggested that it was The Rock, because I don't think there was like an apology or something there for a while, and then they're fine now, obviously, but I think it was like a situation where like there wasn't an adequate enough apology for what happened.
No, fair enough. I mean, like, I remember, like, in Beyond the Mat, you see
Yeah.
it afterwards, and you're just like, and I mean, like, the kids are there, and you're just like, oh, this is a bit much. And you see them crying as well, like, it's
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
she's just sat watching him getting his face stitched back together.
Yeah.
Grim.
And then they play the clip of him. Just go, I quit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
not-
I know that's it, because he didn't
Yeah.
actually quit.
Yeah.
It was like,
But he won it back in an empty arena.
Oh,
Quite
that's
soon
a great
after,
match
yeah.
as well.
I like that. I like that.
Super Bowl halftime.
But we'll go on, because that's mentioned later on. Okay, so the 25th of January 1997, NWO sold out.
I love this steaming pile of crap.
Do you?
It is the best, one of the best, worst things. It's up there with, is it Heroes of the Ring?
Oh, yeah.
I've
It's up
still
there with
never seen that.
Legends of the Ring.
No, is it not Heroes of
Heroes of the
Wrestling
Ring,
or something? Or
yeah.
Heroes of
Yeah,
the
I think
Ring?
you're right.
But it's up there with that. Like, it was...
I've still never seen that.
They were at a point where it was like, let's make NWO its own brand. Let's try and give it its own pay-per-view, because they were, what can go wrong? It's 1997, NWO's on the up.
Not anymore.
And basically, they give them this pay-per-view, and it's all black and white, and all of the ring stuff's black and white. The entranceway's black and white. There's black and white filters on cameras for entrances.
Didn't they
and
have the
stuff.
fisheye cam or something? Fish
That
lens
fisheye.
thing?
The whole rule with this pay-per-view was, let's do everything we can't do with a normal pay-per-view. So NWO are watching all this clean, like, neutered product on Nitro. They want to make it cool and hip and weird and like a skydiving movie. And it was basically, yeah, so the buy rate was seen as disappointing, and then that was sort of the first indicator that NWO wouldn't work as a brand.
But it was like,
And
it was just rude as well. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, people weren't allowed, like, entrance music
it
and
was
stuff.
it was all about the NWO. So anybody that wasn't in NWO didn't get entrance music.
Yeah.
NWO got their theme.
Yeah.
And when things would happen in the ring, like, so if somebody like Eddie Guerrero hits a move, there'll just be a guy like who does the New World Order bit in the NWO theme. The guy where it's like New World Order. His voice would be over the mic. And so like Eddie Guerrero hits a missile drop kick and that sucked. And it was just like it was like tripping balls and playing PlayStation. It was like
it's just
mental.
Awful.
Just on the topic of that briefly, we can't say who, but we learned in Japan who did the Bullet Club. We learned who does that voice, but we can't say. It's a secret.
It's a big secret, but we know who did it.
Can you tell me after?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, right. No, then no, we can't.
We can't.
They will.
That's
exciting.
I forgot about
Do I know
this.
them?
You might know of them. I don't know if you've met them though.
No, it wouldn't.
Wrestlers were openly mocked throughout the
Just
show,
a little man
as I
called
said,
Hulk
by,
Hogan.
by the voice and everything. But Eddie Guerrero was referred to as a Mexican jumping beam.
The
How
disrespect.
racist.
The disrespect.
And NWO official referee Nick Patrick, he was the guy that did every single match.
Wow.
So it was heavily slanted for
Who does he
NWO
think
to
he is?
win.
Jumping
Horrific.
John.
Nick Patrick is
Horrific.
the guy I think who does the windmill or used to do the windmill. So he'd fall on his left arm and he would like windmill his right arm round, but his left arm would sort of like go with him. It was really weird. He would just look
It's
like
like
he was
doing a front crawl.
uncomfortably like flapping on his side. But the main event was Hogan and Giant fighting to a no contest over the big old gold.
Which would obviously see Hogan still your champ.
Yeah, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, man.
Obviously.
With
NWO
his
pay-per-view.
dyed black beard.
So was the idea supposed to be like they were going to make 2 a month and like pay-per-views?
So they were going to make NWO its own brand. So NWO.
So
would,
at this point as well, sorry, they like WCW didn't have a January pay-per-view. Am I right in thinking that?
I don't know. I know that they were wanting. I think they had monthly pay-per-views by this point.
Did they? Right. I
but
thought this was the only one they didn't
They wanted
have.
to run an NWO one and a WCW one because they wanted to split the shows off. They wanted to do NWO owned or like got control of Nitro, and then WCW would defect to Thunder. So WCW would have Thunder as their show. That would be your new Nitro, and Nitro would be an NWO
thing.
ran. Yeah, and they tried an episode of Nitro where the NWO ran it. I can't remember the date, but it was awful.
Yeah.
It was there was like a half-hour turnaround for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. I
Of
think.
course. Yeah.
But like
And
they
it was just
they
an
lost
absolute
the crowd.
shambles.
And,
Yeah. Shambles. Things else that happened on the 25th. There was 2 Rumbles. So 2004, which would be Benoit's win when he started #1 entrant.
Yes.
He would set a longevity record, but it would be broken 2 years later. By Big Show.
No, by
No,
Rey
sorry,
Mysterio.
by Rey Mysterio.
You
Sorry,
started the
'cause-
next sentence.
No, I did. Sorry, I started the
It's
next
alright.
sentence. No,
Big
because I was
Show.
like, no. By Rey Mysterio, yeah, because he was like over an hour and something.
Yeah.
Is he still?
I think so, yeah. I think
Yeah, he's still the longest, and then Jericho's the longest, like in
I guess it
career.
depends if you,
like,
if you
Yeah.
count Greatest Royal Rumble. Maybe somebody lasted longer than
Maybe, but...
no,
I
I'm
don't wanna say-
sure
Yeah,
it's still
don't-
Rey
yeah.
Mysterio because he's over an hour and something. Anyway, but yeah, sorry.
I can just imagine Rey Mysterio being shoehorned into Big Show's theme now.
I know, sorry. So next sentence, pause for breath. Big Show would become the first person to be last eliminated in 2 Rumbles.
Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, he was. Of
Yes.
course, Benoit like levered him over the top rope.
Yeah,
but
that's great.
he won the 2001, so we won't really count
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
He should be
then-
the rightful winner.
Okay.
Such a Big Show champion. I love him. And then obviously, like the main event was.
No, I'm a
was
big
this?
fan of Justice.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm a
I like
Libra,
that.
so...
Yeah, of course you are.
Yeah.
Of course you
Apparently
are.
that means
What
I'm
are you?
indecisive, but...
Well, it means
Yeah,
you're
what-
balanced as well.
Wait,
like,
let's do a horoscope. What are you?
Gemini, so I guess it means
Oh,
I'm really
two
two
Two-faced.
sides.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a Pisces.
What does that mean? What are they like?
Emotional. Emotional. Go with the flow.
Okay,
Or whatever. And very emotional.
fair enough.
Yeah. And yeah, your main event was. I think your main event for this wasn't a Rumble main event.
Oh.
But it was like I think it was Triple H and HBK
Oh.
and
Yeah.
it was a last man standing,
And
wasn't
they
it?
drew. Because then they were all in the main
Yep,
event.
yep.
Yeah, right.
Alright.
But 2009 will go in another Rumble, and this was won by Randy Orton after eliminating Triple H. who, after because he would survive to the end with help of Rhodes and DiBiase. This was also Santino Marella would set the
yes.
record for the shortest time in a Rumble, which was 1.9 seconds, I
Nice.
believe.
Yeah.
Such a
Oh
son.
well.
He's the perfect person for that
Yeah.
role. Yeah. it
Yeah,
works
to be
well.
fair, if anyone, and I remember his face. When
Yeah.
he was out and he's like,
He's like, I
like-
wasn't ready.
yeah, totally. He's like, what? To be fair, it was perfect. He was good. He was actually really good, like as a comedy wrestler. Like he did make me laugh a lot.
I like the one where he makes Cena corpse. Like Cena tries really hard not to laugh, but he goes,
Yeah.
"Listen here, John Cena." And then Cena's just like, Cena's like, yeah.
I love it. So yeah, and that was that Royal Rumble, and then I think who was it? Edge and Jeff for that was
Oh,
that
was it
that
that
was your
one?
champ. Yeah, and it was a no DQ.
Was that when Matt Hardy like turned on Jeff? It might have been.
Don't think so.
No, it was a bit later on.
I
okay.
don't think so.
I think it was
I think it might have been, yeah.
Was it?
because I think it led to Matt and Jeff at WrestleMania.
Did it?
Yeah, because I remember the finish. Matt hit a twist of fate in a chair on Jeff,
Yeah.
like around his neck.
I can't remember.
I think
the
it
life
was.
of me.
Yeah. But this Rumble I've got mixed feelings about because it's quite good, but it's one of those ones where one person is clearly going to win and then does.
Does
So everyone was like, Randy's got to win, and then
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
But it was the way that he won was quite inventive with Legacy helping him through and stuff. It was
Yeah,
quite good.
exactly. It wasn't like on his own like
No.
sense, but yeah, no, it was good. Moving on to the 26th, to 1999. Now, this is what we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
This was awesome, and I'm actually kind of gutted they don't do it. No, I really like
Do you
the
like an empty
concept.
arena match?
No, but I just think the concept of it was really smart.
Okay.
Like, so basically, this was 1999 halftime heat, and it would be a match that aired during the Super Bowl.
It's Super Bowl
Halftime,
halftime, yeah.
right? And
It
I
is
think
clever.
that's really
It is
smart.
clever, yeah.
Like,
yeah. But you've got then who was in the Super Bowl halftime this year?
This year,
No, 1999.
I'll check.
Oof,
But I'll just
wait
say a
there.
big shout out to the Denver Broncos, who I think won this Super Bowl. Big John Elway.
Is it-
Big
is
John
He
Elway.
loves
Is it
John
happened?
Elway. What?
No,
no,
this-
the
this
99
year
one.
is,
Oh,
I mean,
right.
sorry, the 90.
99?
Yeah, 99.
Yeah.
99, yeah.
99. When is the Super
But-
Bowl?
Like
Super
February.
Bowl, yeah.
I want to do a pie.
I would like to do a party. Can I come to the party?
Yeah.
I still-
No, yeah, of course.
Or we could go
I
like,
don't know what we
or we could go
support.
like the casino or something where they
You
show.
can do Shark Bar, but
Yeah.
you got to pay in, and then you're surrounded by New England Patriot fans.
Yeah, but the
Like-
Patriots might not get in, but they are still in
yeah,
the
but it's
playoffs.
still
Well,
going to
who
be
do
loads
we
of people
support?
going.
Oh, I support the Ravens, and they're not in contention anymore.
Packers, and they're
Baltimore.
not in contention either.
Packers, they're cheeseheads.
Yeah.
Okay, right. No, I like them because
they're
my
not.
friends are. Yeah, they support them.
But they're not in.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, yeah.
Yeah, that's them. Wisconsin. That's I'm a Green Bay Packers.
The
fan.
99. Sorry, the entertainment. Here we go. Pre-game, no. Cher sang the national anthem.
Okay, big
That's
time.
quite huge, by the way.
Halftime show. It was a celebration of soul, salsa, and swing, and featured Big Bad Voodoo Daddy.
Big Bad
not
Voodoo
Scotty
Daddy,
Steiner,
oh
not Scott
God.
Steiner. Stevie Wonder and Gloria Estefan.
Big
that's
Bad
quite
Voodoo
good,
Daddy
actually.
are like they're like divorced dad music, aren't they?
Big Bad Voodoo Daddy performed the song Go Daddy-O. Wonder sang Sir Duke, You Are the Sunshine of My Life and I Wish. And Miami native Estefan performed two Gloria Estefan songs.
They got.
Yeah, I probably would have
they
watched
got
the
a-
Rocky
I don't-
Mankind.
yeah, I
They
don't
got
watch
a
Rocky
really
Mankind.
good year for that then. Like
Yeah, yeah,
very
yeah.
good year for it.
But you know, I just think it's
Maroon
like
5
such a
this year.
smart.
Yeah, I'll not be watching.
See, I just think it was a really cool idea. Like, and
That's it.
Yeah.
Do it this year. It's Maroon 5. Nobody wants to watch that.
I'd
Do
watch
What's
Halftime
the one?
Heat.
I would watch Maroon
Halftime
5.
Heat.
I
Come on.
like Adam Levine.
But would you
all the
rather
girls
that,
like
or
Adam
would you
Levine.
rather have?
What would my match be? What would it be?
Who would be good for an empty arena match? Strowman.
Strowman,
Strowman,
definitely.
yeah.
And
Just throw Lesnar in there.
Oof.
I think the funny thing about this match was, which I think I wrote in a script for a video, is that they obviously had that infamous chairs match where The Rock battered him with chairs.
Yes.
And then in this match, there weren't as many chair shots, despite there being an arena of
Full
empty
of
chairs
chairs,
to use.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then there was all the fun things. There was like, I remember like the like, because they're in like the kitchen or the canteen or something.
Just throwing the band race at him. Yeah.
And then there's like a big candy floss stall and he chucks it in. I loved it. I just thought it was really good. I just think it's a really smart idea to do it. And it was filmed, obviously, so this was filmed on the 26th. I actually read somewhere it might be the 25th.
Right.
Yeah.
But 25th, 26th, whatever. But it aired on the 31st
Oh, okay.
during
Right,
the Super
okay.
Bowl. So yeah, and the thing is, like, the reason that they did, like, we were reading into it, the reason they did apparently an empty arena match is because Vince was so close guarded secret that he didn't want anyone knowing the result. So that's why. And he only
okay.
had a skeleton kind of staff of people like working on it, so that if the result did get out, he would know like who it was. And I thought that was like Vince.
That's great.
I love it. I love Vince McMahon. But yeah, so that was halftime heat, and if they brought it back, I think that would be a really good thing.
Yeah.
The 27th, we've got another 2 Royal Rumbles, and we've got 2008 we'll go to, which was won by John Cena. This was awesome because it was a surprise.
Super Cena, right?
Yeah.
Even like Cena haters like this moment, I think.
Yeah, of course.
The pop is huge for him. When
It's
he comes out.
amazing.
Wow.
It's amazing to watch back. Like he was supposed to be out for like another 4 months or something.
He's like
or something.
Wolverine. He just heals.
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm sure it was like he was supposed to be back like summertime.
What injury was
into
this?
Summer.
Was this ACL or pectoral?
Pectoral.
Yeah.
Pectoral.
Your pectoral, and so he would come in number 30. Just nobody expected it. It was just huge, and he would obviously go on to win by eliminating Triple H. There was loads. This was Kane's 10th consecutive Royal Rumble.
Oh, nice.
Which was nice, 10 in a row. It was also entries 1 and 2, notably were Undertaker and HBK, who were the last 2 from 2007.
Is it Kane who has the honour of being the only Attitude Era wrestler who has appeared on a pay-per-view in every single year that he's been a member of the
I
roster?
think that. Yeah.
I think every single year he's been signed,
on something. Mm-hmm.
he's been at least on one show. Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
I love Kane, man. Love him. But this was also the shortest time by a winner.
Yeah,
as well. So it was like 8 minutes, I think.
Right.
He was in for. And then your main event was obviously, or maybe not your main event. Maybe the Rumble was the main event, and this year I can't remember. But the championship match was Orton and Jeff Hardy.
Right.
I think this was a Madison Square Garden one because I remember the camera being the hard camera.
I can't think for life
I think
of
it
me.
is because I remember like Roddy Piper's music hitting, and I'm sure he just comes out like there's no like zoom. He just comes out and everyone's like, oh.
I love MSG.
Yeah, that's cool.
But no, it was good. And then also on this day, 2013, again won by John Cena.
Bloody hell.
This one wasn't as good.
not as good. But this was the one, won by Cena after he would eliminate Ryback. But it would start with the main event for this pay-per-view was The Rock and CM Punk. And it was basically the loss of CM Punk's, or at the end of CM Punk's huge title reign.
Yeah.
This annoyed a lot of people.
It did annoy a lot of people because this was the whole Shield gimmick, like when they came in.
Yeah.
And the whole lights blacking out, and didn't they? Because there was nobody there when The Rock was like.
Yeah.
But then the match got restarted and Rock won.
Well, this is because he was like, I want to beat him on my own terms.
Yeah,
but then we got twice in a lifetime.
I know that. Yeah, no, not yay.
only
No,
joking.
not yay.
You can't build something that's once in a lifetime.
Just annoying.
Punk should have headlined a WrestleMania at some point around this time. This was his one, and he didn't get it. He got it taken away from him. I'm a big CM Punk. I can't. Right, anyway, doesn't matter.
Are you okay?
I'm just a big CM Punk fan. You know.
CM Funk.
CM Funk, Terry's brother. That's a good man.
I love it. But yeah, no, that was Royal Rumble, because of WrestleMania, but no Royal Rumble 2013. So we do sadly have some deaths this week. So January the 24th in 2004, sadly we would lose Jack Tunney.
Funny Jack.
Spoke about him
We
on the
last
week's.
and nobody from WWE turned up to his
Wait,
funeral.
why did you talk about him on last week?
Because nobody from WWE turned up to his
He was
funeral.
mentioned, and Jen was being too happy, so I went.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
right.
went. Let's
The
bring
absolute,
the mood right down.
exactly, the absolute positivity sponge over there just sucked up all the positive vibes from the room.
He did something to annoy them.
Basically, the rumor was that he had gambling debts and he was embezzling money. It's none of it's been confirmed or proven, but it's alleged that that's what happened, and he was using company funds to pay off debts to people. They found out, he was unceremoniously booted from the company, and then nobody from the company turned up to his funeral.
He's a funny when you see him on a show or whatever.
Yeah,
I think it's a nice throwback to the heel authority figure time. He's like, oh, there's Jack Tunney, he'll sort it out.
Yeah, I
He's
love
fair.
that. I wish we could have that again. Like
well, we're the authority now.
yeah, but we're not.
No, we're not. Oh, how excited were you for that Raw when all the McMahons were back, apart from Linda?
Yeah.
Well, that was that. I was
Yeah.
like literally.
Because
like,
if we were the Authority, we could start a petition to get Undertaker to come out in bright pink.
I love that.
But they'd never do it, would they?
Oh
No,
but
they
if you-
shouldn't.
No, that would be nice.
Not even for Susan G. Komen.
And sadly, on the 27th in 1993, huge loss for wrestling. We would lose Andre the Giant.
Yeah,
He was only
legend.
46. Like, I mean, what can you say?
You can't really say
You
anything.
can't say anything
Yeah.
that you don't already know. But we'll go to birthdays. And we've got a few. So, January the 21st, happy 78th birthday to Ivan Putski.
Happy birthday, Mr. Putski.
Tag champ with Tito Santana.
Good to see that he's going strong because like wrestlers of his generation often don't make it. Well, I mean, he's in his
Yeah.
late 70s. Fair play. Yeah,
I
doing
know,
really well.
so that's great. Also on January the 21st, happy 36th birthday to Maurice.
I like Maurice.
She does
I
not
love
look
her.
36.
I
No, she
know,
doesn't.
right?
No.
And she's literally just had a baby and she's back to looking unreal. Oh,
So does the Miz. He looks really young as well for his age.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a
They are
couple.
just a...
What a power couple.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Goals. January 22nd.
Wish I had a French wife.
So I wish I had a Miz. Right, January the 22nd. Happy 65th birthday to Tully Blanchard.
Big bad Tully.
Yep. Father
His
of
legacy,
Tessa.
Yeah, she's
living
doing
on
really
through
well.
Tessa.
Totally. She was the only one out of his kids to go into wrestling as well.
Really?
Really?
Which I thought, and he's got like 4 or 5 or something.
I mean, wrestlers try the hardest usually to not let their kids wrestle.
Yeah.
So
Especially a daughter.
yeah.
So there you go. So happy birthday. January the 23rd, happy 59th birthday to Leilani Kai.
Yeah.
Trained by Moolah. Yep.
She's one of
It's
those
just-
names that gets mentioned a lot. Like she reminds me of like early WrestleManias, like WrestleMania 1. Oh, who's
Yeah.
this? It's
This
Leilani
was
Kai.
back when women's wrestling was sort of like a sideshow attraction, but
It would get worse.
It would get a lot worse. But they were still showing athletic ability. They
Yeah,
were
totally.
showing. They were actually wrestling,
They were
which is
proper
something
wrestling.
that's only just
Because she was a
started
bigger
happening again in the
girl
last
and stuff. So yeah.
few years.
Mm.
It's like it's fascinating to watch how it went from being like here's women that can actually wrestle to
But you're kind of
puppies
looking at it a
to
bit weird.
here's women that can actually wrestle. Like what went wrong
Yeah.
in that middle bit?
I liked all that as well, though. Like all the puppy era. Like,
Okay,
so
Jen.
good. Sorry, I'm that guy.
Big feminism over
Oh no, like don't get me
Big
wrong. That
feminism.
sounds terrible.
Big feminism.
Don't. That sounds terrible. Moving on. January 24th. Would have been 54. Mike Awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
sad story about Mike Awesome.
Very
but,
sad. Very sad.
He's like a bit of an ECW legend.
Yeah, I think he was criminally underrated in his later career.
He had that match with Tanaka where they just kill each other.
Yeah, like he was fantastic talent. It was just that he burned a good few bridges, and then at the same time, they didn't really know what to do with him when he got to WCW after.
No, he was.
I mean, there's
the
the very
Fat Chick
there's
Thriller.
the very
That's a
famous
silly
situation
gimmick.
where a WWF like talent Taz took the ECW belt from Mike Awesome, who is now a WCW
guy,
contract
yeah.
wrestler at an ECW
Yeah.
show. And that's a once in a lifetime style situation. And then he goes to the WCW. He becomes that 70s guy,
that 70s
Mike
guy,
Awesome,
yeah.
and then Fat Chick Thriller,
Yeah.
which is just
Great.
regrettable.
Grim. Absolutely grim. But happy birthday. January the 25th. Happy 66th birthday to the Honky Tonk Man.
He's the honky tonk man.
So,
He's
fun
the
gimmick.
honky tonk man. He's cool. He's cocky. He's miserable. He's like such a miserable man.
Have you met him?
No, but I've seen him at WrestleCon in the corner. I didn't go over approach him. I wasn't going to be like, "You're a honky me." It's him and
Big Jack the Joker fan is honking.
It was him. Gene Okerlund was like in a great mood. He was chatting to everyone. But I remember him, Gene, and Greg Valentine all sat in the same sort of area. And the contrast between Gene Okerlund, who was just chatting away with everyone, Honky Tonk, and Valentine, just miserable looking
Just
lads.
pure.
Yeah.
This is my life now. Oh, grim.
But you know,
But happy birthday!
A classic
66.
heel, yeah.
So, also on the 25th, happy 39th birthday to Michelle McCool.
she's
Mrs.
loving
Taker.
life.
I was going to say absolutely loving life.
She looked good when she came after the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
She
she did.
still wrestled.
She looks brilliant. She really, really does. Also on the 25th, happy 35th birthday to Jay Briscoe.
Controversial one. He said some stupid things.
He's the
Yes.
the bad one of the two.
I know, and it's a shame because like he's really good, I think, as well. He's a good
Yeah.
wrestler.
I'm trying to think, like, when I met them, I was like super like, scared of them, but
You were scared of them?
Well, yeah.
He looks a bit like a Mad Max character
Well,
these
they
days.
Yeah.
genuinely, I was like, I don't like, because they do look like a good wash would kill them. But honestly, I was a bit scared, but they were very nice. So
Yeah, he said some stupid stuff.
he said some absolutely stupid
Yeah.
things which I do not condone in the slightest,
No.
but still, he was
Yeah.
polite, so you can't fault that. 25th, also, happy 27th birthday to Mark Andrews.
Big fan.
Asoma, love him.
Never met him.
Do you know what? I don't think I've met him.
You're not?
No. And
I've not met him.
No.
I don't think I have. I think
If you two haven't met him,
You might have done. Yeah, but
I
you've worked on some of the Scottish shows that we did, and you worked the Japanese one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
I just one thing that I love about, and he's a great wrestler and stuff. It's great. He had a really good match with like Chris Hero in Progress One.
Yeah.
But one thing I really like is Attack Pro Wrestling. The
Yeah,
same
yeah.
one with the purple ropes and stuff.
Yep.
They did an event called Press Start, which is as if it was a computer game that had crashed and they all glitched and they all came out dressed as each other and stuff.
Digging it.
Yeah, it was quite funny.
That is
quite
super
good.
cool.
So like I think Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate wrestled each other as the other one.
I love
and
it.
it's weird seeing Pete Dunne being all like, "Hi,
Oh, I love it.
But I think Tyler Bate had like a cartoon bear tattoo drawn on his
Oh
knee.
my goodness, I love it.
But the funniest bit for me is if you've met Travis Banks, he's really serious and intense in the ring. In real life, he's a hilarious guy.
Nice
So-
guy, isn't he?
And he comes out dressed as Mark Andrews, and he's got the cap on backwards and the skateboard, and he comes out of that, and he goes to hit a move on him, and the crowd go all quiet, and then he goes, "I'm in a band called Junior," and then just hits him. It's very good.
I love it. No, I always remember like Molly Spartan always saying that like if me and Mark Andrews were in a room together, she thinks that the world would explode.
Oh, too much
Just
positivity.
too much
Yeah.
happiness, which I'm so down with that happening. Not the world ending, but never mind.
Right.
January 26th would have been 62. Happy birthday, Road Warrior Hawk.
Yeah. I
Road
mean,
Warriors, what can you say, man? Legends.
the Road Warriors, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolute legends. Also on the 26th, happy 32nd birthday to Evil.
Everything is evil.
We've seen him live now.
We have, yeah.
Ah.
He came out, right, for Wrestle Kingdom, and some of the entrances were a bit special, like WrestleMania ones.
He's supposed to be carrying a trophy.
So they'd won the trophies prior to this thing, him and his tag partner Sonada. And Sonada comes out first with both of them, and everyone's like, "Oh, why is he carrying both?" And it's because Evil had too much stuff with him.
Like, evil always has to have a scythe.
He's like the
He's
Grim
got a big,
Reaper.
Yeah,
big
yeah,
scythe.
yeah.
But
But he
That's
had like
one
a
thing I-
he
spinning
had this little
pentagram.
spinning laser pentagram thing, and
Yeah.
he's just walking around like doing
But
that.
he kept
with
having
it.
he couldn't see over his hood, so he kept having to
Yeah.
like do that, and he was just
Yeah.
having a nightmare. It was
That
funny.
sounds
Bad
horrific.
Long ramp as well, that. Very long ramp.
Well, happy birthday, Evil. And also on the 26th, happy 27th birthday to the legit boss.
That's disgusting. She's the same age as me.
She's achieved so much.
Oh.
She's achieved so much.
I've never known someone, especially in wrestling, that this sounds stupid, but straight women fancy Sasha Banks so much. Do you see this?
She's
or
an
not?
absolute babe. Yeah.
She's like goals for so many.
Oh, yeah, 100.
Specifically, straight girls fancy her so much.
Yeah, no, she's like proper. She's pretty much perfect.
I've got a mate who did a Snapchat story when WrestleMania was on, and she makes her entrance on that cart thing.
Oh yeah.
She gets on the ring and does that, and the fireworks go off behind her in time with her doing that. And my mate on the Snapchat story just goes, "Look at her." Yeah.
But she is like she's flawless.
Right.
Really, really is, and she's just cool.
Really good wrestler.
Yeah, she's amazing. So happy 27th birthday.
27.
I know,
That's great.
right? And that has been This Week in Wrestling. Thank you so much, and we'll be back next week. Not all of us. Me, definitely. Will you?
I don't know.
Sam won't.
No, I don't think I'm on the next one.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Bye.
So that has been This Week in Wrestling. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so here. If you like what we do here at Cultaholic, then please join our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and join us.